Welcome back to the High On Feminism pre-show. We're excited to have join us Doreen Sullivan, the founder and CEO of My Bud Vase. Hi, Doreen. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm so happy to be here. I love you.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to have you here too. As some people might recognize you, you were on last season of High On Feminism. We had you on with TT the Artist, where we did a fun little IG live together. And then, of course, you know, we've been supporting My Bud Vase since then as well. I actually have here the vamp that you so graciously gave us, which is still one of my favorites.
You did such a good job with that. I love what you guys did with that piece. Thank you so much for giving her all the love.
Oh yeah, I love it. My friends come over and they're like, oh my God, this is so cute. And I'm like, I know, right? And of course, when we talked about it last time, we were talking about the inspiration for it being like the 20s, and now we're in this new like set of 20s and the prohibition era and all the changes and legalization that's happening with our favorite plant. So I'm also excited about that. And then of course we also have the mermaid one, which is also one of my favorites. So yeah, excited to have you. So where are you calling in from today?
So actually today I'm in my office in Charleston. Just got back from G4 Live in Las Vegas a couple days ago. And I'm like literally like switching into summer mode and getting ready to do a little drop today for a little pre-sale for some of our pieces, and we're going to give out one of our towels today with any purchase over $125. And so yeah, I'm here in Charleston and getting ready to just like, you know, kick in the summer into high gear for the cannabis world. The summer session is upon us.
Yes, I know. I'm like so excited about everything that's going to happen this summer. Like the last couple of years, you know, more and more great things have been going on, especially in the cannabis space. So I'm like, it's getting me so excited about like what the future is going to hold for this industry.
It's, you know, one of the things that I love the most and I struggle with the most is kind of living both sides of the industry as, you know, a well-known brand that is on a mission to end prohibition and normalize consumption and create a category for females. You know, I live that world every day. And then I live in a state where cannabis is still illegal, where, you know, a recent medical marijuana conservative bill just got voted down, you know? So it's like on one hand, you know, you go to Vegas and you're just like, here's the industry. You're, you know, in New York, right? You know, look at what's happening. It's unfolding. It's coming to life. It's blooming. And then you look at some other places and there's so much struggle still. And there's so much anti-cannabis. You know, I still see buses that say, you know, do you want to quit smoking cannabis? We can help you. And I'm like, what the hell? Did they not get the memo? You know, like, how about you quit all those other things and use cannabis to help you quit those, you know? So anyhow, but I feel you with the excitement, and, you know, it's part of the challenge for me as an entrepreneur is living, you know, both sides of the coin in this industry.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, you know, like just creating a better space too for women in the cannabis industry. That's obviously what High On Feminism is all about. It's one of the reasons why, you know, we reached out to you. And, you know, we're excited about this next season and like expanding and, you know, having more conversations about the way that the industry is going and, you know, identifying with key women in this industry, like what can be done to change those things. So one of the ways that we like to incorporate a little bit of extra like women empowerment, women in business, is to have sponsors for each of the seasons. So for your episode, we are sponsored by 3 amazing brands, 2 of which are women owned. So the first is Veda Warrior. They have been kind enough to provide us with this calm and clarity. Have you had a chance to try this yet?
No, but let me tell you, this calm and clarity are the 2 things that I am desperate for right now.
Yes.
I love it. I was like, oh, thank God. Especially clarity. I mean, I'm juggling a couple of things, you know, especially working bi-coastal now and setting up things in Vegas. I mean, I wouldn't say it's completely stressful, but it is a lot. And I think that, a lot is what many of us are experiencing right now is whatever we're doing, it's a lot, so I'm so excited to try this, and it's a beautiful package. It looks like a great product. I love that it's got turmeric, and this is very organic. This is just, this is amazing.
Yeah, so the Common Clarity, I actually just tried this the other night because I also have been traveling a lot, and I just got back to the city, and all these things are kind of like Mercury's retrograding kind of thing.
Kind of hard.
Yeah, so I was like, I need to try one of these. And so I decided to kind of do it at like a base level where I didn't take any lead with it. I wanted to really see what those like effects were. And I did feel like I slowly went into this like body calmness, while I was sitting there, because I wasn't sure if it was something that was going to make me sleepy or what it was going to do. So I took it sort of maybe like a couple hours before I went to bed, and I was sitting on my couch just like watching TV, and I definitely felt like the calmness of it. And I do, maybe it was more of a placebo effect, or maybe it was the real thing, but I did come into this like clarity moment as well, where I was like, oh, this is what it's supposed to do.
But do you think it's safe for me to try this now? You didn't get tired, right?
No, I did not get tired from it at all. I think it is really great. And so Veda is really about the Ayurvedic, philosophy that's rooted in that, practice. Ayurvedic is one of the world's oldest systems of personalized medicine. The woman that founded the company, Sharmila Chubey, she is from Indian descent and comes from like a huge line of farmers and medicine makers who have grown medicinal marijuana in like the north of India since like the 1800s. So this is, like a very old culture, very old methods that she's really trying to bring back to the forefront and revitalize and teach people that there are other uses for this plant that are a lot more holistic and natural. So that's one of the reasons that I love it. And like you said too, like I just love the packaging, I feel like women who create products for women, the packaging is just great. My Bud Vase's packaging is great. Like the quality, the design, like all of the details, they're so great. And I feel like that's how you can really differentiate between something that was made by a woman and something that was made by a man.
Well, and you know what? We should talk about this, as we go into our conversation today. Definitely. I literally cannot believe the difference in product made by men and made by women in this space. Mm-hmm. And specifically when it comes to paraphernalia, having been to multiple Champs trade shows, which I love our industry, but it's almost comical to me now. It's because it's literally a den of dicks. And I mean this with all respect. You walk through there and you're just like, I can see a man's aesthetic, seeing how he wants to design a product. Is it functional? Is it triple chamber? Is it like, what does it do? And how is it sexual? Yeah. And for women, like, I just don't want to be subject to that. Like, I felt that my whole life. I remember when I first started smoking, I didn't know if I felt worse because I was doing something that at the time was so illegal, or if somebody was subjecting me to, I feel like I was being sized up, okay, let me see if I can take this whole hit and take, it's about taking it. And it's not a feminine trait. Yep. It's a masculine objective, and it's almost natural because it's how they see things, which is okay. But for us, that's why even more so, products need to speak to women because we get what we want. It's not just about a pink or a purple piece and then you spoke to me. It's about not subjecting me to feeling uncomfortable, whether it's because it's, going to burn me or be too hot, or I don't know how to hold it, or whether it's because it's so sexual. And I just like, all right, well, here, hand it. All right, give me a giant thing. Anyhow, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take one of these because I can talk to you later on today and let you know how it is. And B, I have like a lot of stuff to do this afternoon. So I'm going to see how my clarity comes
Yes,
here.
definitely. And it does say too, take 1 to 2 capsules every day, or as directed, like if you didn't want to check with your doctor, but everything that's in here is, 100% organic anyways. And then they also say that take for at least 5 days to begin feeling the effects, with full benefits realized after 4 weeks. So it's one of those things that you have to start slow with and then, see how it works.
What a great product. So can this be sold anywhere? Is it like, is it, organic and it's like, CBD or hemp based, or is this?
I'm not going to say that I know the answer to that because I don't, but I would assume so because, it has hemp in it and then a bunch of natural ingredients. So it's not like it's
100% natural, no chemicals, no preservatives. It's plant-based capsule. I love this here. It says promote feelings of calm, relaxation, and positivity, enhance mood, focus and memory, improve overall brain and cognitive health. So seriously, girlfriend, bring it on.
I know.
Beautiful product. And if I can sell it, I just opened up. Remind me to tell you a little bit later about my new little side project I did, because I opened up a retail store in my corner.
Amazing.
Yeah. And so it's totally non My Bud Vase. It's for the community that I live in, but these products would be great in it. So yay to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Even kind of like talking about like the differences between men and women creating them, like AFG Sugar is also one of like those brands as well. Like they pull from like 90s, 2000s, they incorporate the lips part of it. And like my favorite part is that they're pink rolling papers,
Yes.
Like, where have you ever seen that?
The lips, look at the lips.
Yeah, they're so cute. And they come, of course, with the pre-roll tips as well. So the woman that owns it, she is from Afghanistan, which, plays a huge role in the smoking world today. Like Kush, for example, is a Dari word. And, she's, the same thing, whereas Smrita is, of Indian background, and she's trying to bring forth her own cultural dynamics in terms of the, cannabis industry. Like AFG Sugar is doing the same thing as well, Afghanistan. So it's like, it's great to see like the reemergence really of these minority groups who are kind of coming back and like claiming the plant that their ancestors have used for years, and now everyone's kind of catching on to it, and they're like, yeah, we've been doing this for a while. Like
I can see hieroglyphics with the first water pipes. You know what I mean? Like, look at how far back this plant goes.
Yeah.
And I think exactly what you said is the most important part of this is bringing the ancestry of cannabis to the forefront. We know it was a bullshit lie on war on drugs and all that stuff. So now we got to get back to what a healing medicine this is. And, even as somebody who makes a vessel to consume, I will tell you that it shocks me that with all the new products on the market, that the laws are still antiquated for paraphernalia. And paraphernalia's laws and bylaws and rules are based on, the 90s when Tommy Chong and, Jason from Jerome Baker got busted. Yeah. And it hasn't changed. It's the exact same thing. So here's an industry that's becoming, 33 billion this year. And the vessels that are being used, there are people that are moving forward, but in essence, it's still all illegal and all crazy that they're not even, updated. And, from the history of a product like this, that brings it to the forefront of a movement of cannabis. Yeah. Like that's what we got here, which is great. And these are the things that we need to move forward with your help and companies like you that are bringing to light, these, products that are changing as we move, but yet the laws are still not. So that's kind of part of the future is how do we get to the place to where, what do you consider paraphernalia? This is okay, but a bong's not. This is okay, but a water pipe is not. Like, where do we go with this, right?
Yeah, those are all great questions, and that's one of the things that I want to like help out with is just the education and the information and distributing that information in the best way possible so everyone can kind of move forward in this era with the correct information, you know,
Right.
and how to like pulling together the people that can at least educate us, where even if we're just not, you know, maybe we don't smoke weed, but maybe we are, you know, okay with it and would love to see it move forward. And, you know, someone comes on and they watch one of these shows and they all of a sudden are like, okay, I heard this is what I can do as, you know, just an everyday citizen to make sure that these laws are moved forward. Obviously, we can talk about a lot of this on the project too, but even when it comes to, you know, like prison reform and stuff like that, like, again, like you said, it's like all of these products are coming out, but the laws that are prohibiting these products are not going along with them. And that's one of the biggest things right now that a lot of people are fighting for in this industry, is the fact that we have all of this legalization across the US. You know, we have all these products and businesses that are emerging out of here because now, oh, there's legalization, but we have a predominant number of, you know, minority groups who are sitting behind bars for cannabis offenses.
And, you know, it's still like to live in a state, again, that is, it's illegal. Like if I was in Vegas last week and, you know, consuming on the daily, and then it's like, if I were to get pulled over here and got tested, you know, it would be illegal. And like, what are you going to do? Like, all right, I was gone. Here's my ticket receipts. Like, there's just so many things that are not together yet, but that's what we're going to do. We're just going to keep
working on it. Slow and steady.
Keep on swimming. Yes.
So before we wrap things up, the last product that we have is Empire Glassworks. They are another company like yourself who's been supporting High On Feminism since the beginning. So they do pipes, they do bongs, they do smoking accessories, and I love them because of like the detail that they put into these.
They are phenomenal. They're one of my favorite companies. And I'm so excited to have a pipe, because I've been a little wrapped up in bongs for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
So I have a pipe, and B, it's beautiful and it's got flowers on it. And C, I really need a new pipe, and this is so gorgeous. So and their work is phenomenal. I mean, you know, Empire Glassworks is one of the top companies in this space. The artistry involved in any sort of glass blowing. I remember when I started My Bud Vase, you know, I really was clear, and when I was interviewed a lot, I'm like, I'm not a glass blower. You know, that's not, I don't know how to do that art. I would love to learn how to do that art. It's such a phenomenal talent. And that's not where mine comes from. You know, mine comes from developing product and, you know, functional product. And so I just respect, you know, like, this is just beautiful. I mean, look at the flowers.
Yeah, there's so much detail on them. I have this one that they gave me. It's like a winter wonderland theme, and so it has penguins on it and like little polar bears.
Oh, so cute.
The detail is just amazing. They were established in 2013, so they've been around for a little bit now. And another reason I love them, like not just the detail, but they have a lot of initiatives that they give back to and do different partnerships with, everything from like ocean conservation to breast cancer to bees, you know, environmentally friendly, and just trying to help like raise money so that, you know, global warming is upon us. So when it decides to take us down, you know, they're really trying to do their part in just helping to raise money, awareness, and provide more information to people about the effects that are going on in the environment. So, you know, it's always nice when, you know, especially when it comes to something around plant medicine as well, like giving back, having that initiative is always nice with brands. I think it means a lot and says a lot about those companies.
Right. And they do such a good job because, you know, like whether you have like a winter piece and you can, you know, help a polar bear, or you have, you know, a summer piece and you can, you know, help the bees or whatever, like the greatest thing is their art becomes their mission. And they're, you know, a similar like with Vamp and, you know, what we're doing with the whole 20s theme, you know, and that's the creativity that is, you know, that people are able to do on a day-to-day basis when you work in this industry. Is part of the joy of this industry, is that you can create something that matters, and you can tie in a new release or a new line with something that is going to change the world. Absolutely. And, you know, we're all for that. So
Yeah.
I'm just so excited. I love
More
all
of
these-
us need to, help change the world.
Yes, just a couple what on the to-do list today. Change the world, launch a new blog, get on a podcast, have a good day.
Yeah, exactly. And have a great day. Well, Doreen, I'm excited to dive more into your background, a lot of the things that you guys are doing with My Bud Vase. So everyone, head on over to wherever you listen, stream, download podcasts, check out Doreen's episode. You are our first guest of season 2, so I'm even more excited about that. But where can everyone find you and catch up with you in My Bud Vase?
So, Instagram is still a strong choice to follow us, even though it's a challenge in our industry. So at mybudvase.com, at My Bud Vase for Instagram, and our website is at mybudvase.com.
Okay.
And I'm, looking forward to getting some more support. So like yourself, I can have different programs and platforms and channels that I could inspire, teach, share and educate. But right now I'm just super busy with setting up our warehouse in Vegas, so I don't know, we can get into that on the podcast, but we're moving some of our products out west, which is a great move because Vegas is really on fire for this industry. And I want to be able to change these laws and work with people in my space. And I think that's a place to do it. So if you happen to be in the South and I'm in Charleston, and come visit me if you ever want to come down here to the beach, Valley Beach or whatever. But that's where you would find me, either in Charleston or in Las Vegas at My Bud Vase and mybudvase.com.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Doreen, and I will talk to you soon.
Okay, bye. Thank you so much, honey.